Hi guys, good day. Hello, hope you're doing fine. Hope you are doing well. This is your indie game developer turned VTuber Hypermike, and today we'll continue our Let's Play Final Fantasy XVI. This is episode 59. So, is this gonna be the second to the last episode? Let's find out. And if you want to watch the previous episodes, it's in the title description below, the playlist. Anyway, yeah, so I think we have completed some of the side quests. Before we go to the main quest, back to their origin. You have something new here, I think.
It'll tell us about his adventures in Ash.
I doubt it. I heard he's leaving again.
Huh. So what do we have? We have a little lot more than, let's see the quests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like we'll try to complete everything here, and the hunts. I think those 3 are the hunts. The one.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen herself.
The last 3 are the hunts, I think.
Must we away? My decision is made.
I shall color you and your brother to origin. The Lesage name might live in honor, not in infamy. Even if I should not. Your Highness, you're not.
You said it yourself.
This is a journey from which I may not return, yet I am resolved to go. Ultima took much from me. He means to strip us all of what little we have left.
He must be stopped.
Ever the cost.
He must.
Thank you, Your Highness. You are over high city to ask your brother. Save your thanks when this is over.
I await your word.
I think you can ask everyone about origin. Did we get Jill's handkerchief, was it? Model airship. Okay, here we got the model. Wow, that's cool. Mid's dangerous stream of flight. Mortalized in miniature. Though the experiment ended a failure, Mid has allowed Clive to keep hold of the model. Once her renown has grown, he might sell the piece for an exorbitant gil. Guardian Scarp. Martha signboard. Hangman signboard. Oath. Shard. Brocious. Rios apple. Continental seltzer. Medicine chest. I believe Jill gave us something, right? Let's check it out. The Mantine Gauntlets. It's not here. Yeah, it's not here. I think. Is it with Clive's? Yeah, nah, it's not even with Clive. The embroidery thingy. Not yet. I've heard.
What is it, Clive? You can always tell me. Somewhere in the back. I know. Thank you. And so for now? Right.
Okay. I think that's all. Let's go back. Let's go to the quests. Yeah, let's go here. There's Vandar Grace. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there are enemies here. Ah, there are three here, okay. Let's start here.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
Whoa. What is this? Yeah, they're finished. She's here.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough. Tanabera. I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
there's something here. Sharp fins. Recommendation concerning Kuza best deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it's hoped that successful deployment on battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven to the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit of minimal loss of Walloder lives.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Memorandum on Kuza beast feeding. Recent supplier shortage left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza, trusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight beside it. In a mock battle conducted as part of its training, the beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bears no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required. Wow, it's
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
Are we ready to fight this? Fight this thing? Yeah, this looks like a coliseum of. Okay, there's way up here. Oh, what's this one? Balmog Dark, Writ of Designation. Kingdom Follow hereby designates this facility a prison for the containment of bears, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof to be punishable by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the pursuit of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled. Nothing but a Kashyyyk down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Oh, there's nothing here on the other side. Come on, let's go. Yeah, there's like minimal programming for the instruction. I mean, all this game there's very minimal programming items. Most programming are on cutscenes and on cutscenes and on combat. Do we enter that? Not yet. On the other side.
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even, and those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
too
they're
late.
said that way.
And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment. If we don't find any survivors, we've risked our lives for nothing. Take care. That creature might still be here somewhere.
Yeah, we'll kill it. We'll kill it! We'll kill it! Oh. Empty shard. 3 chunks of right. Where are we going? Downstairs? How do we go downstairs? Oh, this one.
Let's see what we can find down here. Survivor. And she sounds close.
That's a survivor.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. but I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your sound, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
Okay.
It's out there waiting for me.
It's a behemoth? Oh my
I can't
gosh.
let it live.
It's a behemoth.
Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Well, we've already fought one.
I'll look after the girl. You teach that thing a lesson.
No, we don't teach it the lesson. We slay it. We kill! Kill! We kill it! Oh, here we go. Here we go. Is it the Behemoth King? Ah, yeah, I was right. It was here. The Behemoth King. This is policy.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen. Help me, boy.
Let's use some amazing item. What? It was very easy. Yeah, he was quite easy. Behemoth Shackle and Meteorite.
Finally.
Sid,
Oh,
are you hurt?
yeah.
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the curse breakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Breath of Darkness gun gear reduces gun gear cooldown by 2.0 seconds. Meteorite used in crafting. Okay, I think the marks are... Okay, here's the new mark. Oh, it's even this one's defeated. Kuza Beast. Masterless Marauder. A Walloder army captured such beasts and tried to train them to serve them. But this particular specimen training has long since ceased. Whether its captors turned Akashic with the rest of their comrades or were eaten by their pet or broke free from its bonds, we shall never know. All we know is that there's none left alive. Who knows the words to put an end to this rampage? Only a show force will suffice. Okay, there's one. There's like 3 more left, right? Well, this one's Class S. Master is Marauder. This one's A, so easier. Oh, there's something in the reading table. Alright, let's check it out first. Yeah, there's no order of things to be done. Let's just do it.
Clive. Go on then. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that.
What am I hearing?
I'll be thankful you got that much.
Where can I
I
get
reckon
more
I can find a
Olicalco?
buyer. You got out else? Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
What can I get you, Sid? Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
Yeah, we'll buy everyone a drink before we go.
First the skies, then the crystal.
Treasure hunt. What? You didn't think I were just saying that stuff about hiding my engine, did you? Wouldn't you know? I've already find spot picked out and everything. But if you're going to go to this grand venture, you'll need to be quick about your business with the rude god of yours. Take too long and somebody more clever might beat you to the prize. I suppose that case I could bury you one of my lesser inventions. Goddess knows I've been calling this mid. Alright, let's go this one here, huh? There's a quest for the veil. Let's do the ones here first. Yes, the crystal's gone. The crystal's gone already. It doesn't look anything special anymore. Oh, there's a behemoth. Let's get prepare our Tentetsuken first. Nice. Can we save? I think we should save. Alright, we're ready. Oh, this is Behemoth King.
Another of the Royalist guard dogs. There's less enemies too. Fire and flame!
just halfway. We're just halfway. Whoa, we defeated him. Whew. But it cost us a lot. Oh, there it is. Orichalcum.
No match for you, eh, Torgal?
Let's buy first. Let's go back first and buy. I think that's the hardest one. I know, no. The dragon is the hardest one, really. And we've used it already. What the?
Still alive, are you?
Here to say goodbyes, are you?
then.
For now. But you better come back, or I'll fly up there and drag you home by your ear.
Thank you, Karen.
Spoken like a like the best grandma you'll have in this game. Didn't think you'd find the thought appealing. Look, just don't die, alright? I changed the leadership bad for business. Aye, you're off to kill a god, so what? You've done everything else. You put your mind to have you.
You could do this too.
Okay.
Go on then. It'd better all be here. It's rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. None today, I'm afraid. Is that all?
Yeah, that's all. Okay, where are we going? Open world map. What is this? Dachau Mill Inn. Buckland. Northwich. Okay, let's stay here. I'll go back here. With our grace. Start with this area first. Oh, that's a lot of experience. 2,500. What is this number 3? Convenient to make your garnish.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in?
Oh, it's a potion. They made the entire village just be for a quest. In the wake of the tragic fire at the Cairnovert in 873 V and the subsequent depletion of our most highly practiced intelligencers, all mainland strongholds were instructed to redouble training in clandestine maneuvers, improvised weaponry and assassination techniques, and dispatch promising volunteers to Stonehere for inspection. The report details progress made in the stronghold and guarding in reinvigorating wallowed ranked esteemed intelligencers.
This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks?
Whoa! Iterfotida, or tailwear, or tail of wyvern, white of flower, and black of fruit. the latter of which gives out an ugly gall, which cut or crushed. The tribesmen of Northern Storm picked their skin with oaken needles soaked in such, drawing curious patterns about their arms and legs in honor of their heathen gods. The gall is passing intoxicate. That single drop taken by mouth may result in cramps, most painful for 5 days and 5 nights, and or if applied to a wound, certain death. Should the sip of the needle end young warrior's life, it is said that his skin been filled favor among the heavens.
His interests were certainly varied.
From a distance, Chapter 16, Fall of the Bearers. The emergence of the first magic adepts were widely heralded as a gift from the gods. Indeed, the title which those the gift came by, commonly known as most likely a contradiction, bear heavenly blessing. The wording used by tribunes of the time, those both born with the blessing were lauded as living crystals or granted high office and plentiful reward for their status as chosen ones. Over the years, this reverence for their kind would become full-fledged religion led by the bearers themselves, a development that would prove faithful. The diverse nations of the time were unanimous in their disapproval of the founding of the church, while the authorities had for years welcomed bearers into positions of power in their own structures of state. They were mistrusting of the organization led by bearers for bearers. Efforts were immediately made to chasten the church and its followers. Chasten, okay. Banning members from holding office, evicting adherents from their homes, and breaking up meeting by force. The church responded by forming a volunteer army to resist this persecution, yet it continued creating a cycle of ever increasing bloodshed and rancor, and a growing rift between those born with the blessing and those without. They began with beatings and street clashes, would eventually spill over to an all-out war that consumed the greater part of Twins for 9 generation and decimated population of men and bearers both. The deluge of blood that stained and the land crimson and left even more lasting mark upon the minds of the Palestinian people. After Rivera's last resistance was crushed, the nations of Palestine became together and signed the Continental Accord that initiated the systems of slavery that persist across the realm to this day. Okay, so they they kind of justify the overthrowing of bearers from for power here in this document, I think. Yeah. Hmm. Bears are other than human, as its root bitter war of the years before, being the unblessed only excuse to their clamorous refusal to allow the blessed to decide of their own destinies. Okay.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Yeah. The Mughal, the spirit or spite, appears more often in Palestinian folktales than the humble Mughal, though they are occasionally painted as mischievous souls akin to pixies or imps. Most stories depict them as clumsy yet congenial spirits who delight in helping mankind with their daily labors. They are said to have sweet tooths, leading to the common superstition that one must not leave cakes or other sweetmeats uncovered overnight, lest thought remain but crumble in the morning. In appearance, they are described as being covered head with to toe with soft white fur, excepting the small dark wings by which they are somehow able to take flight, and the brightly colored pom-poms that protrude from the tops of their heads. And yet, there is one detail regarding the Mughal most find more remarkable than ever orb that tops their bow. Bro, it's bro. The fact that the creatures actually exist. Preposterous, I hear you cry. Everybody knows Mughals are the stuff of legend. I quite agree, but every legend has its basis in truth. And in the case of the Mughal, the fact may be not so dissimilar to the fiction. Ancient mysteriousness might wool white mole whose feet do not touch the ground among the beasts of the realm. And the illustration beside the name, why, it's none other than the Mughal. Of course, it's true that the creatures not known are still survive in the twins in the modern day. Perhaps the miniature wings carried them to other climes. Perhaps they're hunted to extinction. Or perhaps, just perhaps, they do still live among us, hidden far away from human view. Alright. Well, this is a nice area.
Leaving so soon, stranger?
Oh, this is...
We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Let's see, shall we?
Touch mine material. Using crafting. Okay.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass.
It means that
It is a
there's
question of
many
numbers.
perspectives.
And of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book, for now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait! Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
Well, we'll get that later. Oh, we're using like items first. Yeah, well, we need to go to this other side.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Today's exercise will consist of press yard 20 sandbags for such duration as instructor should dictate. The furnace burn intensity to be gradually increased. Live combat 1 to 3 hellbounds depending on performance.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture.
Kingdom Follow this hereby incorporates this institution wherein juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in service to the state as soldiers. Bad back, conservatory wit of incorporation. Trainees succumbing to Crystal's curse or otherwise perishing are to be disposed of with all haste. The graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. Bearer disposal within its bounds punishable by death. Oh my gosh.
Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
Oh wait, I recently learned that my own daughter was among the children returned to the stone by brutal training. Wait. Alright, Mary. I recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned into a stone by brutal training, subjected them to. I had not much thought of her since handing over the authorities as a babe. But inquiries with the military confirmed it was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today, one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps on my table. Just her smile, smile she inherited from her mother. The mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. Their ghosts all have come back to haunt me. My daughter, my wives, all of them, all those children. So many have died at my hand. I can bear no guilt no longer. And so I have decided tomorrow, I too must die. It will be the last order I give to those poor wretches. Last order I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb and enter my cursed corpse beneath the white tree. His crooked hands reach the sky. In supplication. And beside me, my shame, my curse. Jagged of all their names and all I have wronged. Damn. That's so dark.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
Okay. So where's the tree? That's a high portion. Okay, this is the grave site. Yeah, maybe that's the tree. Another potion.
Forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Gladbach Conservatory Registry of Burial Losses. 846V 08E 16 days. Hans 10 years old. Lithification. Alfred 9 years old succumbed to conditioning. Franz 12 years old. Lithification. Paulina 10 years old. Emaciation. Bruno 11 years old. Disciplined for attempting flight. Joanna 12 years old. Disciplined for attempted flight. Reinhardt 9 years old succumbed to conditioning. Martha 10 years old succumbed to conditioning. Lothar 12 years old. Lithification. Dietrich 11 years old. Emaciation. Damn. Children.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Alright, we're done here. Oh, we're done. Three more left. This is the Behemoth King, Kuza Beast.
Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
That's about the story. That's about the bearers that was before they were having their own religion. But it's kind of weird for me because they're powerful, but they ended up being enslaved. I think it's similar to what happens right now. The oppressed becomes the oppressor. Or it's the victim blaming or something. I think you shouldn't be oppressing anyone. Nonetheless. Okay. Vivian Ninetale's scholarly headwear awarded to her upon her completion of her studies at University of Canberra. Give the men and women of the benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in new society. Vivian Ninetales. Oh. New hunts? Oh, there we go. Wailing Banshee. Garnick Wallowed. Alright. Wait, we have to give something.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
This is sad.
I may? The bearer registry.
Reminds me of Sound of Freedom. Children being used for their own, for others' pleasure and means.
The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering. And in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Breath of Ice, Mesmerize. Reduces Mesmerize cooldown by 1.2 seconds.
Do you suppose it's mad? So there's a new mother. Passing over it, won't see the hens fed.
One moment you think you've freed the realm from her fate. The next, a darker one rears up to replace it. Now, what awaits us when we finally attain release? True freedom?
Or something else entirely. Alright, let's go here. How many more?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
To 850. Her wings is fallen enigma.
Come again. I may have more for ya.
We need one more of the Olicalcum.
Still alive, are ya?
Okay.
Come again. Oh, don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Scholar's Bonnet. Vivian Ninetales Academic Cap awarded to her upon her graduation from University of Canberra. Now Vivian shares her learning with Clive, the gift of the bonnet serving as a pledge. So long as they remain together, her knowledge shall be as much as it's her own. Oh, that's another sweet thing. It's another sweet gesture. It's something nice and sentimental. Making amends. Master Clive, I'm aware that there are matters of much greater import which I demand your attention, but should you find yourself a moment, I bid you visit me in the shelves on my single favor concerning His Highness Prince Dion. Hypocrites.
It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
Hippocrates. Mm-hmm. Let's take that.
Don't worry, my boy. Rutherford is in Randallar this very moment, singing your praises to all and sundry. They'll adore you.
Lordsman Hippocrates, I received your note.
Ah, yes. I expect you're wondering what this is all about.
You spoke of making amends with Dion, but I can't imagine what for.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was once his tutor. This was some years ago, of course, before I joined Sid in his hideaway. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, and was accordingly invited to the palace to supervise the young prince's education, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. History, religion, commerce, government. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the Dragoons, his studies no longer being deemed necessary. I had not expected to meet with him again, least of all here.
Have you spoken with him?
No, I have yet to find the right moment. His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. I would not wish to disturb his ruminations with idle words of greeting, not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations that weighed heavily upon him. And I did nothing to ease that burden, he bore it alone, until the day he could not bear it any longer. It is one of my greatest regrets that I only ever offered him my wisdom, when what he truly needed was friendship. The blame for Dion's transgressions lies not only on his shoulders, but on mine.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tail. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is to be granted inner solace. Fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed of truth to be found where even the most outlandish opinions align.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower? And how will I know it?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous ink for the brand is distilled. Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. The harsher the environment in which they are raised, the deeper the color. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the strait, where the flowers once grew in abundance. Whether they still survive there, I know not. But try as I might, I can find no likelier location.
It's all right. I'll find you a wyvern tail one way or another.
Thank you, Clive. And please, be safe.
Okay. Where are we going? Oh, here? Alright. So far, huh?
Ambrosia won't help me here.
bothersome to defeat. Yeah, it's another. Yeah. Oh, that was crazy, right?
Seems this place has been flooded twice over.
Let's see our. Okay, we need 13,000 left for 49. No, near level 50.
Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. This won't be easy. Might as well pick enough for a bunch, I suppose.
Okay, since we're in Wallow. Oh no, not this one. I think we should get to the There's a hunt here, right? I think it's here, but that's okay. Let's just visit this area. Who's that enemy there? No enemies here. Oh, there it is. Gizamarluk. Bounty 970. Did it. Nice. Clouded Eye, Sharp Fire, Magic Ash. Okay.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, we did it. Procrates.
Oarsman, I found the flowers you were looking for.
You did?
I think I did.
Wild Riverdale. Records suggest that this Riverdale was the first cultivated for the purpose of distilling a purple dye from its petals. However, when color blooms for the flower to lift their yield over time, the gardeners Balestea made a fateful decision: investigate the practical properties of the roots instead.
You did indeed. My dear boy, thank you.
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not? Shall I invite him to join us?
Oh, I don't...
It's no trouble. I'll go and fetch him. Your Highness, would you do me the honor of accompanying me?
Now. It is time, then.
No, only to the shelves. Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Hippocrates? No. I dare not show my face before him. Not after everything I have done. I have taken countless innocent lives. And ruined countless more. All because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again, and see in his eyes what I have become, I fear that my resolve might falter.
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself, and to him, how strong it truly is.
You are right. I must, at the very least, offer him my gratitude. Very well, then. Take me to him.
Follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environment in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
Oh.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might never have found the right moment to speak with him. Not to mention the wyvern tails. I shall plant their seeds, that I might not disappoint His Highness upon his return.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel's yard will suit them to a T. When it comes to expressing one's gratitude, I find that words are seldom sufficient. Here.
What's this?
A stolas quill. Or more precisely, my stolas quill. 'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words just waiting to pour out onto the page. So consider this my wish for you. That one day you may put down your sword and pick up that pen.
Well, when that day comes, I'll certainly have a lot to write about. Thank you, Harpocrates. It shall have pride of place in my chamber.
Okay, wow, we leveled up. Nice. 49 guys, one more, level 50. Bahamut's Mercy. Reduces Giga Flare cooldown by 6 seconds. Wow, that's so fast. You can like, spam Giga Flare. That's gonna be nice. Spam Giga Flare. Strike Life Chambers. Hippocrates. Alright. Okay, we have new writings here. How many of our dear companions would we have? Guardian Scarf, Crimson Signboard, Stole a Skill. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left. I think that's with all the 8 quests. Let's read. Whole again. Clive, it occurs to me that a single word of thanks does not nearly suffice to express my gratitude for reuniting me with the from the distance. The toe made me who I am today, and yet, though that I should never set eyes upon it again, those who took it from me had forever robbed me of a part of myself. But now, I'm whole again thanks to you. I regret that I can only fill the gaps in your knowledge, not the holes in your soul, for which should I ever be your debt. Vivian. Okay. Should we look at that? Haven't we talked to the here?
First the skies, then the crystal.
Trouble with your gear, or crack the crystal?
Kill God, save the world, miss anything. That's typical Japanese RPG. No, that's pretty much the plan.
Not a very good one.
If you ask me.
But
then I can't say much. Practice killing gods. Now, forging kit to kill a god, I might be able to help you with. Reckon it's 6 I can do after you've given this. It's more than enough. You can thank me when you get back.
So, what'll it be?
Okay, we need one more Olicalcum and one Dark Steel. Where can we find it? Platinum Cannons. Defender.
Is there what you need? Be seeing ya.
I did it, Sid. I made friends with all the animals now.
Let's check the hunts. Okay, nothing new. I mean, 2 more. Let's see.
you've got something to ask, ask.
Just should go and pick a fight with the bleeding god. He didn't sign up for all this excitement, you know.
No.
No, Sid did say the higher-ups would be too happy about us trying to change the world. Bah, you got me there, and I ain't if I had anything better to do, so no more lip out of me. But it's that lip that keeps us on our toes, Otto.
Is that right?
Is that right? Well, I'd better start looking for something else to moan about then, had I die. No one around here is bold enough or daft enough to say I'm fit for Knacker's yard, but I'm sure hell ain't getting any younger.
Might be time to take a step back.
Let the fledglings spread their wings. Young goat is as bright as inside of a barrel, but his heart in the right place. His constant failures never seem to dim his spirits either. I reckon the same might have been said of me when I was
But if it weren't for Sid,
giving me the room to fall and had a hand to help me up again, and I would have changed. That have been the goddess leading the goddess. Clive, assuming we'd made this far.
off you go then.
Clive! Anything catch your eye?
We got two here.
Think you can help?
See if we have anything else. Oh, here's something in Balkland. Okay, Balkland it is. Let's see if there's something. What's with
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait. You've a discerning eye.
Betrayal orchestral. They have. Breath of Darkness, Heaven's Cloud. Use Heaven's Cloud. Go down by 2.1 seconds.
Farewell.
Good day, Clive. When we fled our childhood home,
we left behind not only our family fortune, but the names our parents gave us. I became Eloise and my brother Theodore. We had nothing to our new names but a hatred of the system that would have been seeing my brother enslaved. But that hatred also gave us a purpose. We swore to save not only Theodore, but others like him. In order to make good on this ambition, we would need two things, money and trust. We found work and saved the money we needed to begin by buying bearers their freedom. Told them that their lives were their own. They would stay with us, would free them and house them and pay them for their labor. Or they could leave and we could grant them safe passage to whatever they wished to go. In that way, we were obtained gendered trust. Once again earned, that trust proved nigh unshakable. So much so that most chose to stay with us, but it was always Theo they trusted the most. They loved him. I loved him, and as she continues our work.
Did I tell you
that I found the map of Kajloshka Montios things? I had written some of the words in boundary, a new dream for when the nightmare ends.
that was what he wanted?
The end of the term the bears in realm over the long been forced to endure. A new beginning. Theo lost his life in pursuit of that dream. It falls to those of us who remain to see what lives.
No matter how hard it might be,
or how long it might take, I will make this dream a reality. Balkland's future.
The Dominion has fallen.
And Balkland's streets now echo the cries of those fleeing destruction, and the bitter objections of those forced to take them in. Everything seemed likely to get worse. Aether floods continue to swallow great streets of the Republic, and it grows harder every day to disagree with those who say the end is nigh. But what is the end of the world when you know, if not an opportunity to create a new one? our work is only just
The Crimson Caravans must set an example.
We must use the skill, strength, and knowledge Theo and I earned over all the years to see that all to come here continue to be fed and wanted. If there's nowhere left to run, we must ensure that the place in which we find ourselves is a place of refuge for all. Sounds like a political... it sounds like a political speech.
It is our job to keep the hope alive.
If you don't, who else will? Yeah, okay.
Come back soon, won't you?
Yeah, well, only... Yeah, we need to go here. What is this? Jesus. The quest, of course.
Do you see that too?
It's quite near here.
There are many variations of the Semekian legend, but almost all...
What keeps it in the air? Why doesn't it fall?
What is it? Please, just make it stop. Make it stop. I'm scared.
It's all right. I'm here.
Nothing good's gonna come of this, I'm telling you. Just looking at it's enough to send a shiver down your spine.
I think this should be... It should look like this, right? I mean, this place would have been... What's that other thing? Oh, there's other things here.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. Can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him. This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
Let darkness fall! boy! All yours, Torgal! All yours, Torgal!
Yeah, we let the dog kill it.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis, or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together, even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
Huh. An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience.
Oh, okay. There's like a restarting with my... Anyway.
Your Grace, my lord. I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
My beloved sons, I know that I must much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Rick's breath, the threat of the blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one might we all last overcome it. I have made plans to see it through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way. I shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold to both of you, your father.
An inheritance?
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate. What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the Twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
We have to go to the archive. Wait, let's before we continue that, let's start first with the one in here. Yeah. Last way. Yeah. they're doing well.
I made sure our fallen comrades were laid to rest. And they can rest easy, knowing that their sacrifice wasn't in vain. Justice was done.
We may be battered, but we won't stop fighting. Master Quentin needs us now more than ever.
The crystals can be seen in this area. The floating crystal. Yeah. Well, it should have.
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Any statesmen we speak with are liable to resist our entreaties if they feel that what little power remains to them is at stake. They must be dealt with skillfully. I shall not repeat the errors of my past.
Reckon Master Quentin could argue an egg back up a hen's quim if he set his mind to it.
That's a nice expression. What's it again? Not English, so good.
Master Quentin could argue an egg
Could
back
argue
up
the
a
egg
hen's
back and
quim
wings
if he
quim.
set his mind to it.
Egg back head scream. Amazing. What is this? Shell and error. Okay.
Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Oh, here it is.
I'm nervous. Is it alright to be nervous?
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be
Gav,
flattered.
real MVP.
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine curse breaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me. Come on.
Yeah, we've been here for several times already.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. You deserve a rest. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword! I can't! Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Ember, are you... Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, as heir. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
Yeah, I think I'm reserving the quest with the father, because I think that's gonna be a nice quest. I'll try to place it in the end.
You should have seen him.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
Yeah, you can see the
I'll
training.
do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Alright. Breath of Lightning Pile Dive. Reduces pile dive cooldown by 4.2 seconds. Alright.
Sid, I wanted you to know. I will be taking personal responsibility for Ember's combat training. And I will not let you down.
Alright, thanks.
There's something about it.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his, but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
Oh, it's a cutscene with that.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. 2 such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends? I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
Okay, that's the political effect.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
The Triunity Accord. Signed by the representatives from Rosario del Macchio Ensemble, Triunity Accord sets the stage for a new age and storm. Not officially, then at least in spirit. Alright. Events cloud cooldown by 2.5 seconds. Alright.
Sorry, can't take you where you need to get to, but the Argo and me will be waiting when you get back.
Oh, there's something new here. Silver linings. Yeah, let's go up.
What do you think that thing is? And how the hell is Sid gonna deal with that?
Sid! You have my word. I will not leave this pit until I can besten Avis with my own two hands.
Yeah,
and
that's
a sword.
good.
I can use a sword, right? Gav uses a sword.
Alright, okay. Looks like we have to split this into another episode, guys. There's still more quests coming, but I think I'll have the last one for the
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just Eda's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
He has instant family.
Is that Ed is due any day now. I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I'd try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need, a feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with travelling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Alright guys, I think I'll just check out on everything around here. This one, and then we'll end today's session. Looks like we'll have an episode 61 or 62, depending on how long the next one would be. Wow, this one's quite long episode, almost 3 hours. Yeah. Before we depart, if you may have sincerest gratitude in uniting with Master Hippocrates, that I might embark upon this most important of journeys. My heart filled with regret, though in these past few months I have come to realize the longer I spend in the company of you and your brother, the deeper I find myself in your debt. You must simply see the menace of that is Ultima, if not to save the world, to save me from eternity of recompense. Dion. Safe returns. Thank you, Clive, for your ever indulging in the whims of this dawdling old soul. I am ashamed that for far too many years I allowed stubbornness and fear to keep me from something as simple as letting Fred know how proud I was of him. Your intervention has lifted a heavy pall from my heart. Perhaps upon your triumphant return from the skies, you might be inclined to set page that quill I gifted you. There may many of us would hear a first-hand account of your time with the Holy Prince, myself included. Hippocrates the second. Oh, he's the second. Who's the first? Yeah, who is the first, man? Alright, let's look at it. What's new? The Trinity Accord. Where's the quill? Oh, this is just a quill. Yeah, nice looking quill. Nice, we have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. 7 left. And the quests are coming. Still are coming.
It's not time yet, is it?
Not yet.
I'm always with you, Clive.
Yeah. Hey, no quest yet. Anyway, let's see how much we need.
How may I help you today, Clive?
Genji gloves. Okay, it's only 70 more, right? Nice. Fallen Enigma. Probably 3,000
Come
for
again.
everything.
I may have more for you.
Yeah. There we have it here. Tabor. There's a will. The will of lines of sand. Oh, there's Mark's will. There are probably more marks here. Complete, 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 complete. There'll be one quest there. Okay. The Gilded Path. What's in this area anyway? I just want to check before we head to the next. Oh. Okay. Alright then, so let's do that for last. This one. Yeah, let's go to Martha's Rest. Let's do this. It's this one, Martha's Rest. Silver linings. Alright, let's save, guys. And I'll see you in the next episode. I thought we were gonna finish, but it's quite long already. It's gonna be 3 hours. So thank you for joining me. See you guys in the next episode. You take care of yourselves. Do something for someone. You can't do anything for you. And yeah. Alright, have you saved already? Yeah, it's not bad to save again. Okay, let's check. It's 97, still 97%. So like there's 3% more. Yeah, 3% more for the game. Okay, see you guys in the next episode. You take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.